Okay, I think I want to address something that has been driving me up the wall for a while. Because I just don't think enough people are talking about it. And I've noticed the similarities of what's going on with how YouTube is dealing or handling the situation on the switching of the numbers on the hours. What is it? The monetization. And how TikTok actually did it. Now, I was on TikTok as well. I think everybody generally is on the TikTok and Facebook and all these other places because it's easier to get monetized technically on other platforms. But I think the biggest disappointments for me was that the reason why I came onto YouTube in the first place was to escape what was going on over there. It's a frantic movement to push people and push people into over engaging and interacting on the platforms, which is actually hazardous to your health. Okay, I've already experienced it. I've put on weight, which bothers me a little bit, and I finally had to put like my foot down and say, listen, it's time to really look into this question. I know I'm a little bit early. I'm not going to be on here for too long, but I thought that it was important to kind of bring up my personal take on what's going on. I think YouTube in general is having a dilemma. They're trying to bring back, all the people that had moved to TikTok and maybe even Facebook onto their platform, because obviously YouTube is the original platform, right? But I don't think it's okay to try to mimic how other platforms have done it. And I think that that is the downfall of what's going on here. Is I think that the originality is gone. One of the reasons why I moved, and the live thing is also very, very TikTok-ish, right? YouTube, Facebook does the same thing. I'm just talking. Welcome in. If you don't know me, my name is Cinta. I usually come in a little bit later on, probably more so on Tuesdays. So I'm feeling a little despondent about their personal changes, and I feel as if it's important that somebody speaks up about it, because not enough people are saying the similarities that I've noticed, because I had done TikTok as well, and what is going on with all sorts of things that's happening on YouTube are so similar, not just in historical like changes, because it always changes. TikTok was basically doing the same thing. They kept on changing the monetization goals, and they kept on. It was like a Charlie Brown moment. TikTok kept kicking the ball to farther and farther distances, so it was harder for people to actually do it. The same thing is now happening on YouTube. I'm like, why are you following suit? Why is YouTube following what TikTok was doing? Why can't they be more original? Why do we have to do the shorts? I mean, why is it such a thing now that it has become so obvious? It's so obvious that they're trying to replicate it. I mean, I'm sure the AI systems that they have now are able to mimic, Google is able to mimic what's happening in the back end because they're that good, right? So that's my biggest concern, is that there's no originality. I mean, if you're going to create an app that is original, they have to find something that, for instance, China has not mastered, because China was the first to master all this stuff, online stuff, live stuff. I mean, they did a really great job. I've gone into the back end. I've done the TikTok lives. I've made money on TikTok, okay? Not a lot, but I made a little bit, okay? And it was a lot easier to actually get into the TikTok stuff than it was trying to get it correct on YouTube. So I think it's a little behind on the processing, right? So now they have like the AI systems in Google's Gemini and all these other things that are actually helping them understand the back end of things. So it's like copy, what's a monkey see, monkey do? And I think I think that's going to be the downfall of what's going on right now, is I feel like if you're going to be original in a platform, I think a platform needs to find something that the other platforms haven't done that will, and obviously the long form content on, welcome in folks. I'm bantering on because I'm so frustrated about YouTube's approach to this. I mean, I think people are always talking about the monetization and how they've kicked the ball into another field, but they're not talking about why they're doing that. I think part of the reason is because we know that YouTube, probably even Google, and all the other platforms have been sued for what has happened to people's like sanity, which is fair and understandable because I feel like I've also kind of put myself in this position too. But I also think that it's important that people don't just talk about the monetization and like where we're going with the 8,000 watch hours and the 20 million watch hours for the shorts, but why they might be doing that. Maybe because they're running out of money. I don't know. Welcome in. SpongeBob. Love the name. But I think I'm, like, as somebody who's 46, I've already tried all the other platforms. I have been monetized on Facebook. How are you doing? The name, yes, the name. Yeah, I would put the music on, but I think this needs to have silence in the background because I'm just so frustrated with how they've gone about doing this. As an artist, I'm an artist. Like, artists are dangerous because we speak our ground and we say what we have to say when the time is needed, and this is the time that we need to speak up and say something. So I'm speaking up because I feel as if YouTube is just trying to copy TikTok on so many levels, like from them trying to create, what is it? Community sponsors, like bringing people in to like pay. Like this is the same thing that they do on TikTok, is you go onto the lives. I'll tell you how it goes. You go onto the lives, you have a couple of different like ways to go about going live. And most of the people that I know were actually playing like matches. And the matches generate like a lot of money on, not really even that much money, but you could make a little bit of money. The problem is that's like a situation where you're constantly engaging. So you have to interact and re-engage on everybody else's like pages to get headway. So the money that goes around TikTok is generally the money that goes around within the communities and the groups that you've created as a collective. I don't know if it's the same per se because I haven't started earning on YouTube, but I feel as if that is what's going to happen here, is they're going to have people, and the engagement thing, they've started doing the engagement thing on, and get other people, other content creators involved and interact with like dances and stuff on here. And I was like, this is so TikTok that I'm getting like not TikTok-y. I'm not a TikToker. It really, really does not appeal to my interest. Okay, and I'm a little bit older, so I'm not like social in that sense. I'm a little bit more academic, and I feel as if having the landscapes, this was why I came back on here, is that the landscape videos, like that was for me a little bit more of what I was interested in. And that's why I moved back here, because TikTok does not have that, okay? Facebook sort of has that, but not really. Like you have, I am technically monetized on Facebook. I have like not a lot of followers, about 4,000 followers, but I stopped Facebook. I was like, I'm done with Facebook. And I came over here, I had all the other platforms together because while I was doing YouTube back in the day, I was also engaging in the other platforms and I made pockets. Like you should, right? Like you should. But then I realized that there was like this whole thing about keeping people on a platform. And I think that that is like is it healthy? Is it that healthy? Feel free to have like I want to bring in my music. Now, you have to remember I am older. Okay, I'm coming from a teacher's perspective. I work for myself now. I generally generate money. Oh, and I'm also I guess monetization on YouTube. I don't know. Posh Ambassador too, whatever that means. Where I can go live there and whatnot if I want to start selling things again. I do sell stuff on Poshmark. Whatnot I have set up accordingly, but I don't do that consistently. But I just feel I'm just tired. I'm tired of trying to acknowledge that, life is not just about social media. I also know that everybody's gone back to school, right? So I work for myself. This means I have all the time to do whatever I have to do to develop my own projects, which is what I do. But I just feel I'm so disappointed with how YouTube is dealing with us content creators that I just have to pinpoint that this whole trying to be TikTok and it's not, is the part that bothers me the most. Is that I've already done the TikTok thing and I wasn't happy there in the first place. So I don't know why they're trying to recreate TikTok on YouTube. And I understand that Oracle was taken over. Oracle took over the US side of TikTok, and that is also controlled by Mr. Trump. And that in itself bothers me because Brandon, my partner, works for CBS News, which was taken over by Skydance, and Skydance is also connected to Oracle. So I'm already, I already know what's going on. I'm sort of like that, oh my God, I can't believe they're doing it here too, type of phase, because I already see how it's working in the news department, news world. Oracle, Skydance is trying to take over CNN. There's like a whole battle for Warner Brothers. I mean, I know the whole story because I have to listen to my partner talk about it all the time because he works for them. So it's just, I guess I'm just having a moment. It's not a big hoo-ha thing for today, but I think it was important for somebody to acknowledge or bring up the fact that the similarities are too uncanny. They're uncanny. Even when you go onto the shorts, they have, I think you saw, if you see the short that I did, I pulled out how they do. Look, I'll even show you. Actually, I can do it on this side. But this is this is like, they even have games on here. It really is very annoying. I'm like, why are you guys, where is it? Where did I see the games? Oh yeah, here are the games. The games are not very good there. They're kind of stupid. But TikTok has that too. Let me just show you. How dumb is this? I mean, seriously? Like, why would they want to do this? I don't even know how to do this. I have no idea what this is. So I'm going to take myself out of this if I can. Exit. Okay. So now they have games and stuff on the lives, and they even have filters. I mean, come on. I mean, it's the same, like, I don't understand. Countdown, what the heck is a countdown? Cues and questions and answers. It's like they want you to engage in everything on here. I mean, come on. Filters? I mean, how bad are the filters? I don't know how bad the filters are. I mean, that's just like, no. I'm sorry. But this whole thing, they're trying to get you to be, it's trying to be a TikTok. This is all the stuff that I'd already done on TikTok, using engagement tactics to get more people onto the lives. I mean, why can't we just be ourselves and be original and just do what we have to do in our daily lives if we're going to do this? Why do we have to create tactics to bring people back and engage with them in a different way. So I'm just pointing out that the similarities are there. I don't think you can do this on the landscape. I'm checking to see over here now. I can't do it on the I'm checking the landscape now. Or no, it doesn't. So oh, that doesn't. Yeah. So the landscape does not. The landscape is as is, right? I just feel as if somebody had to bring it up, and I'm not going to fall into the trap of trying to over engage again, because that's one of the reasons why I got off the platforms. I don't mind engaging and interacting in people's videos if I think it's like worthy or a great conversation. I love having conversations with people. But I don't like to engage just because the engagement is there and you have to do it, just like Facebook. Facebook forces you. Oh my gosh, Facebook is a whole nother story. Facebook forces you to engage on other people's pages all the time, 24/7, so they keep you on their platform. And that in itself is dangerous, because I think that's one of the reasons what kind of scared. I have no qualms with people who did actually take them to court, any of the platforms at the stage, because I do feel like the tactic is wrong. Like, if you're going to have us do this, like, allow us to do it the way we want to do it, right? And I think it's just changing, and I'm just frustrated, because I think that people are only talking about the monetization, whereas they don't see the underlying belly of what's really going on, is that everybody's trying to mimic and copy how TikTok has done it. And I'm sort of over it. I'm sort of over it. I'm not sure what to do about this channel. I do like to do my landscape videos, because I think this is like great for a portfolio format. So I have all my videos, and I do my lives when I talk about music production and stuff, but I just don't think enough people are, I don't think people are holding, I hate to say it, YouTube, but I don't think people are holding YouTube accountable for overcompensating and trying to copy another platform. And for me, that is like a big no-no. Like, if you're going to be original, be original. If you're going to not be original, then don't tell us to be original and then do something different, right? I think that's the biggest concern, is that it tells us to do something, but it does something completely different. So that's just my take. Today is just one of those days. I just had to vent for a few moments. This is not my usual day that I come on live. I generally do Tuesdays, but I am, like Facebook, if I were to speak up about this on Facebook, Facebook would, and I think maybe that's probably why my views are down, is that Facebook crushes my views. When I speak up about another platform on the platform and I say, hey, this is like what I think as an artist, that platform will crush the views, because it does not allow people to speak up. Now, the same thing applies for YouTube. I don't know if YouTube will lower my views because I'm speaking up and saying something, but I feel as if it's important to actually say something, because people are not saying the actual reality of what's going on. So that's where I am right now. This is not I sometimes entertain, but this is not an entertaining day. This is a day where I feel as if it's important for me to actually say what I have to say, because I just don't think enough people are bringing it up. And when I start seeing things on the sections where you're going live or doing the shorts, and they start looking a lot like TikTok, because I was doing that on a consistent basis. I was there all the time. I was earning money. I was getting sales on orders that I was getting from companies. Companies were giving me products to sell. It's the same thing. There's no difference. It's not different. The only difference is if they could do more with the landscapes, that would be fantastic. The verticals are so similar to those other platforms that I understand it's trying to transfer those ideas onto the phones, because the phones are vertical, and I get it. But I still think that there should be a way around this whole concept, right? Anyway, so that's my personal take on this. I'm not going to put my music on. I have music underneath all this stuff. This is my keyboard, and I have my music equipment. But I feel as if it was important for me to just speak my mind. I wasn't here to go past this conversation. I think we just have to sit on this for a little bit and wonder why each company is trying to mimic. I mean, I get it. There's thousands and billions of dollars to be made doing a platform that actually works with the global, and I understand globalization is huge, right? That's important. But you can't, like if you're going to be original, be original. Like the whole platform is not original. Like everybody's trying to copy TikTok. I mean, if it's that bad, if TikTok is that bad, then why are they like, I think it's a money thing. I think it's a money grab. That's my personal opinion. And they're trying to find all ways to keep everybody on the platform, and I think everybody's losing their interest. And then watch everybody go back to TikTok again. This is going to be that break it or make it moment. This is that, okay, we're going to go back to TikTok, even though TikTok was not like the bestest of the situation, but it's better than here because now I don't know. So I don't know what's going to happen. I think there are lots of things that are going to have to be thought through. For me, I was quite happy in my little space, doing my own little thing, not worrying about going back to TikTok and doing the stuff. But it looks like everybody's being persuaded to go back to TikTok. I mean, I think, for me, it's just not, I don't know. I just don't think it's healthy. So these jumping around and stressing people out is not healthy for anybody's sanity. I know what I'm doing. I'm getting back into my exercise, and I'm focused on training, and I'm focused on eating right, and I'm making my own little fruit protein shakes. I was tired of TikTok's companies giving us chemicals in regards to the drinks, like the protein shakes that were not the powdered protein shakes. They found actually have lead in them. So I'm like, I'm not touching that stuff. I'm now shifting back to my little handmade blended protein shakes that I make now. I feel better. I feel healthier. For a while, I was being given all this stuff on TikTok, and my skin broke out. I'm done. I don't need that anymore. So I'm happy being el natural, and that's basically what it is. Okay, I've had my moment, folks. I think I've ranted enough. Have a good one.